Praxis 5713 Reading and Language Arts Study Guide Preparation Quiz. Question 1. A student has written the following sentences. The concert was amazing. The band played all my favorite songs. The lights were spectacular. The crowd was energetic. I had a great time. The teacher notes that the writing, while grammatically correct, is choppy and lacks flow. Which of the following revisions best combines these ideas into a more sophisticated and fluent sentence while preserving the original meaning? Is it? Option A. The concert was amazing, and the band played all my favorite songs, and the lights were spectacular, and the crowd was energetic, and I had a great time. B. The concert was amazing because the band played all my favorite songs, the lights were spectacular, and the crowd was energetic, which made me have a great time. C. The concert was amazing. The band played all my favorite songs, the lights were spectacular, and the crowd was energetic. I had a great time. Or D. Having an amazing concert, the band played all my favorite songs, the lights were spectacular, and the crowd was energetic, so I had a great time. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. This question assesses the ability to combine simple sentences effectively to improve fluency and style. The original 5 sentences are all simple and repetitive. Option C is the most effective revision. It uses a colon to introduce a list of reasons that explain why the concert was amazing. This creates a clear and sophisticated logical relationship. The colon signals that what follows is an explanation or elaboration of the first clause. The final short sentence, I had a great time, provides a concise and emphatic conclusion. Option A is a run-on sentence created by simply stringing the sentences together with and, which is just as choppy and repetitive as the original. Option B is grammatically correct but slightly awkward. The phrase which made me have a great time is a bit wordy and less direct than the original final sentence. Option D contains a dangling modifier. Having an amazing concert is a participial phrase that seems to modify the band, implying the band had an amazing concert, which is not the intended meaning. Option C is the most elegant and structurally sound revision. Remember, we can take your Praxis 5723 exam for you, remotely and undetected, with pass score guaranteed. Message us via the number in the bio. Question 2. A student is writing a research paper and has included the following in-text citation, Smith 45. At the end of the paper, the student has a works cited page with the following entry, Smith, Jane. The History of Writing. Boston, Academic Press, 2020. Which of the following statements accurately evaluates the student's citation format according to MLA style? Is it? Option A. The citation is correct. The in-text citation includes the author's last name and the page number, and the works cited entry provides the full publication details. B. The citation is incorrect. The in-text citation should include the year of publication, not the page number. C. The citation is incorrect. The works cited entry should list the publisher city without the state, and the title should be in italics, which it is. Or D. The citation is incorrect. The in-text citation should have a comma between the author's name and the page number, like Smith, 45. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. This question tests knowledge of MLA citation format. In MLA style, the standard in-text citation for a source with a known author is the author's last name and the page number, with no punctuation between them. Smith 45. The works cited entry provided follows a standard MLA book citation format. Author last first. Title. Publisher year. Option A correctly identifies that both the in-text and works cited entries are correctly formatted according to MLA guidelines. Option B describes an APA-style citation, author date, not MLA. Option C is incorrect. Including the city and state, if needed, is standard in MLA for books published before 1900 or for publishers that are not well known, but for a modern academic press, the city is often optional. However, the presence of the city does not make the entry incorrect. Option D is incorrect. MLA style does not use a comma between the author and page number. This question requires specific knowledge of a common citation style. Question 3. A high school student is writing an essay and wants to use the following quote from a book by author Jane Smith. The most important thing is to never give up on your dreams. The student's sentence incorporating the quote is, Jane Smith writes that the most important thing is to never give up on your dreams. Is this an acceptable way to use the source material? Is it? Option A. Yes, this is acceptable because the student has accurately paraphrased the author's idea and provided attribution with the phrase Jane Smith writes. B. No, this is not acceptable because the student has used the author's exact words without placing them in quotation marks, which constitutes plagiarism, even though the author is named. C. No, this is not acceptable because the student has not provided a page number for the citation. Or D. Yes, this is acceptable because the student has named the author, and as long as the idea is attributed, it does not need to be in quotation marks. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. This question tests a fundamental principle of academic integrity and source integration, the distinction between paraphrasing and direct quotation. The student's sentence uses the author's exact words. The most important thing is to never give up on your dreams, without any alteration. When a writer uses another person's exact language, they must enclose those words in quotation marks to signal that they are a direct quotation. Simply naming the author is not sufficient. The quotation marks are necessary to show which words belong to the author. Option B correctly identifies this as a form of plagiarism, even though attribution is given. Option A is incorrect because this is not a paraphrase. It's a verbatim copy. Option C raises a separate issue, page numbers, that, while important in some citation styles, like MLA or APA, is not the primary error here. The core error is the lack of quotation marks. Option D is factually incorrect. This question highlights a common point of confusion for student writers. Question 4. A 9th grade English teacher, Ms. Abernathy, is reviewing her students' first drafts of a persuasive essay. One student, James, has written a paragraph that contains several errors. The paragraph reads, There are many reasons why the school should adopt a later start time. First, studies show that teenagers need more sleep. Second, they are more alert later in the morning, which would lead to better grades. Third, it would reduce tardiness because students would have more time to get ready in the morning. Ms. Abernathy wants to provide feedback that will help James understand the specific error in his writing and learn how to correct it. Which of the following comments from Ms. Abernathy would be most effective in achieving this goal? Is it? Option A. James, you have a sentence fragment here. Look at the sentence that begins with which. It starts with a relative pronoun and doesn't express a complete thought. Can you combine it with the sentence before it to fix it? B. James, your ideas are good, but your writing is a bit choppy. You need to work on your sentence variety. Try to make some sentences longer and some shorter. C. James, you have a comma splice in this paragraph. You're joining two independent clauses with just a comma. You need to use a semicolon or a conjunction. Or D. James, your pronoun reference is unclear. In the second sentence, they could refer to teenagers or studies. You need to make it clearer. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. This question requires precise identification of a specific grammatical error and the ability to provide targeted, instructive feedback. The sentence which would lead to better grades is a classic example of a sentence fragment. It begins with a relative pronoun, which, and is intended to provide additional information about the preceding clause, but it is not attached to an independent clause and cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. Option A correctly identifies the error as a fragment, explains why it's a fragment. It starts with a relative pronoun and doesn't express a complete thought, and provides a clear, actionable strategy for correction. Combine it with the previous sentence. This feedback is both diagnostic and prescriptive, which is ideal for helping a student learn. Option B offers vague advice about choppy writing and sentence variety without pinpointing the specific structural error. This feedback is too general to be helpful for a student who doesn't know what's wrong. Option C misdiagnoses the error. There is no comma splice in this paragraph. A comma splice occurs when two independent clauses are joined by only a comma, e.g., I went to the store, I bought milk. That is not present here. Option D also misdiagnoses the error. While pronoun reference can sometimes be an issue, in this context, they clearly and logically refers to teenagers, the subject of the previous clause. The primary error is the fragment, not the pronoun. This question assesses a teacher's ability to perform precise error analysis and deliver effective, Targeted writing instruction. Question 5. A student is writing a business letter to apply for a job. Which of the following closings is the most appropriate and professional for this context? Is it Option A. Later, dude. B. Thanks, and I hope to hear from you soon. C. Sincerely, followed by the student's type name. Or D. Yours truly. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. This question assesses understanding of appropriate register and conventions in professional correspondence. A job application letter requires a formal and professional tone. Sincerely is a standard, widely accepted, and appropriately formal closing for a business letter. Option A is wildly inappropriate and informal. Option B, while polite, is a sentence, not a standard closing salutation. Option D, yours truly, is also a standard closing, but it is slightly more informal than sincerely, and is sometimes used in less formal business contexts. Between C and D, sincerely is the most universally appropriate and safest choice for a job application letter. Option C is the best answer. How many did you score out of 5? Let us know in the comments below. Also, tell us which exam we should cover next. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more.